There we go. All right. Hello again. Welcome to part two of our weekly test show. Well, this has been quite a night so far. And on the way back, I found out that the Yu-Gi-Oh channel now is doing Arc 5. And guess what? I saw the opening of the next episode in line, and even took a quick listen to the theme song. That sounds like a pretty good theme song for what it is. Oh boy. So wow, this has been so man, that Yu-Gi-Oh channel is all over the place. It aired 5Ds earlier this afternoon. Now it's doing Arc 5 tonight. So I don't know. I don't think I saw it make the change, but and what did I find out from that? Apparently, yes, there was also an English dub of Arc 5. I thought there wasn't an English dub of that. I later confirmed it through just by looking it up on Wikipedia. I later confirmed that there was an English dub that aired on Nicktoons, apparently. So, wow, Yu Gi Oh! Must have been all over the place, after the discontinuation of Vortex over on the CW. As that's where it aired for its first, that's where the first four series aired. Well, actually, almost. The original, Zexal, and 5Ds were all exclusive on the CW. GX was on Cartoon Network. Arc 5 was on Nickelodeon. Nicktoons, that is. I'll have to look back at archived schedules and see. Well, maybe if I had known, but well, now I know. But too bad Arc 5 is no longer on the network. Now let's get up to speed with Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. We're gonna do that recording next. That's the theme song. This is the opening line right here. So let's try it. Let's see how it goes. All right. Here we go.
get up to speed with Yu-Gi-Oh! 5G!
Now let's get up to speed.
Okay, that's enough. I don't want that playing any longer. Ah, that was good. Okay, so speaking of getting up to speed, yeah, let's catch you all up to speed with where we're at right now for those of you who might have missed part 1 of our show. Here's everything. So yeah, let's catch you all up to speed. Wait, why is everything going on this side where it shouldn't be? I gotta rearrange the desktop again. There we go. Okay, so let's catch you all up to speed as to where we're at right now for what's happened so far. For those of you who might have missed part 1 of our show. I gotta say, this has been quite an interesting day, to say the least. Yeah, to say the least. Because we had a snow squall come through right as we were getting started. Well, actually, the first of several products came at about 7:15 when Chicago put a marine warning out, and then at 8 a.m. sharp, that's when they put a snow squall warning out, and then they issued another one 20 minutes later after we got on the air. Well, as we were getting on the air for part 1. During the second part, well, actually, about 15-20 minutes after that, another one came out. It was at 8:45. It was 8:45 in the morning. Northern Indiana actually did put one out as well, but of course my alarm never picked it up because first, South Bend stream does not work, and 2, I didn't even have it in my monitors at the time. Lincoln apparently did issue some snow squall warnings as well. However, it ended in time for Northern Indiana to do the weekly, although 45 minutes, about 1:45 Eastern time. Chicago did theirs, Lincoln did theirs pretty late, 12:15, but still within the 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. time range that they usually specify. And of course, Ohio did their monthly, Minnesota did their monthly, however, very late. Yeah, however, very, very late. I mean, there's a lot of other ones I could mention, but I mean, I know we have a lot of time, but I don't know if I want to mention all of it because I know there's other things I want to get to tonight. So that was one thing. The other thing, then, well, that's with the weeklies. Now, there are some who did not test. They were Marquette, Paducah. I'm going to assume they did, but I don't really see any sort of visual confirmation as to whether they tested or not. Lubbock, Texas, Quad Cities, Flagstaff, San Diego, and Salt Lake City all did not test. Well, I don't know if San Diego actually tested. Again, I am waiting for visual confirmation on that. So those are the offices that I will continue to monitor each day until they test, as I'm sure you all know. I see WVCY tested at 5:30 p.m. Mobile's evening test, Fort Worth's evening test. I guess San Diego's given up on doing a monthly this week. Oh wait, Alaska's monthly came last week, as I just remembered. New York City never did their monthly. And when's Washington supposed to do their? When is Washington Lenawee supposed to do their monthly? Is that tomorrow? Or did I put that into today by mistake? Oh yeah, and I forgot to silence that too. Let me take a look and see. There's a new system status page. That's cool. No, not streams. We want their test schedule document. Oh, this says rescheduled. At least they acknowledged rescheduled, so. Washtenaw Lenawee was supposed to test at 9:40 a.m. Eastern Time. However, I guess whoever the participant is sent out a weekly instead. So WEMU must have done the same thing that WJR did when they tried to originate the Southeast Michigan monthly test a while back. And speaking of Southeast Michigan, that, along with a few other areas, is tomorrow. So, at this point, then, New York City was supposed to do their monthly too. I guess they never did. So, as a result, I'm just going to go ahead and just clear the whole document completely at this point. And I'm going to get this ready for tomorrow. Well, actually, almost. Because I want to do the same thing that I did. Actually, you know what? It doesn't matter. So, I'll throw in the monthlies. And then I'll go ahead and throw in everything for tomorrow night. Okay. And then as for the weekly postponements, I will get those put in. Later. All right. Now, what was the other thing we were doing other than that? So, yeah, other than the weeklies, the next thing has to do with my Kato. The removable battery is inflated, has, I think, slightly inflated. If I remember, it has slightly inflated. It does still work, which is good, but I'm a little concerned because that battery could be on its way out. In fact, it's inflated so much that now its cover won't even close. The only way I can get the cover to close, no matter how hard I try tape to no avail. Nothing I tried worked. So, and in fact, it's now at a point where I can easily remove it. I guess that's a good thing, because I've been trying to remove that battery, but I'm a little concerned about it. But I should do my research further, just to see. But otherwise, and even try to put some more stuff onto that 64 gigabyte SD card that's been sitting vacant for a couple of years with no new data being written to it. Well, that SD card I'm talking about has archival recordings of EMF tests being captured off my local EMF affiliates. That being an Air One affiliate out of Glendale Heights and a K-Love out of DeKalb, one time out of Chicago, WCKL to be exact. Yeah, those, a few other random things, and I loaded up that SD card with chiptunes, the WPLD soundtrack, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Music to Duel by soundtrack, and I even used it, for something else too. When we were going crazy with Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds earlier. So, pretty much then that's what happened. And just as during that break, I ended up taking care of the perfect line. That was one of the two. So I took care of the perfect line. I was able to see both Wheel of Fortune and Hollywood Squares live. So, what does that leave us with now? That leaves us with Flipside and The Price is Right in prime time. So, but actually not just those, but then there's also Scrambled Up and everything else like that. Now, another idea actually came to mind. I was going to write down the dates as to when each episode would air, so that way then, I can cancel the respective VH1 recording and just have it record off the U instead. And here's this one. This one should be the Arc 5 theme song. Let's give it a listen. Oh yeah, that sounds pretty freaking good. That sounds like a pretty freaking good theme song. Here, we'll just go to browse and find. And we're going to change it to Arc 5. Well, and that's where I learned that show actually did end up receiving an English dub, airing on Nicktoons instead of CW, because Vortex was already long gone by then. Oh yeah, and this was the narrator description. This was just a sample narrator description of what it was reading earlier. All right. Now, I don't want to go too crazy with that theme song because I've got a couple of other things too. In addition to all of that, I was able to post not only all 4 of those products from this morning, I also got up and scheduled the remaining 8 episodes of Big John's Wheel of Fortune that contains the new branding. So, now all I have to do is go over to my other drive where the original files are at. I want to see if these are the new copies or the old copies. I will be able to tell. If I see Jolie, it's the old copy. And if it's Jeslyn, it's the new one. And it's going to take a bit of time to load everything because there's so many files. Okay, those are the original copies. So 56 all the way up to 285. So we're going to throw all 230 of those files away. And then over to the content yet to air. This is where they all are. So, all right. So this is well, actually, it's going to be a combo. So 65. The next 2 are waiting in the new program showcase. And the rest of them are waiting in the reruns folder. All right. So there we go. All those episodes are being copied over. So that's it. That is the last of it. And that officially completes that project. After a week and a half. So, with all that done, now let's go ahead and do the WMBS word game. You know, the name and claim it word game. We're just going to try to see what kind of crazy words we can make from certain letters. So here they are again. OCPIS, ORIBT. Those are the letters. Now, let's see what kind of crazy words I can think of from those letters. In the meanwhile, I'm going to get Titan TV ready so that way I can write down the dates. So that way I can use it to write down the dates of each of those episodes' airings. And then when that's all done, we're going to move on to... And then when that's all done, we're going to move on to, of course, that eBay scavenger hunt just to see what else we can find. So anyway... Alright, let's see what we can come up with. Let's see. Let's start with CRISP, crisp. B, crisp. Crispy boot.
Crispaboot.
Crispaboot. Let's add an R to that.
Crispy Brute.
Crispy Brute. Crispy Brute. That's a great name. How about BRISP CIOOT? Brispsiot.
Brispsiot.
Brispsiot. Brispsiot. Let's try SCORP. SCORP. T. OIB. Scorp.
Scorptoid.
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 Scorptoid. It's not using all the letters in the answer, but, well, you know what? Close enough. Close enough. Let's try another one. How about RIBSORTICOP?
Ripsorticop.
Ripsorticop. Ripsorticop. Alright, let's try IRSC. No, how about IRC? OSP. OBT. Let's see how this sounds.
Arcospot.
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 Alright, let's try changing. Whoa, okay, that's too far. Alright, let's try changing the places on the B. Let's try this.
Burcospot.
Burcospot. But there's two I's. Let's try this one.
Burcosipot.
Burcosipot. That sounds like a good one. How about TROO troop CIBIS? You know what? How about we change places of all those other letters? Let's see what this one sounds like.
Trospsebio.
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 Alright, well, I think I got one more in mind. Okay, let's try SIPOC ROIBT. Sipocroibt.
Sipocroit.
Sipocroibt.
Sipocroit.
Alright. Okay, how about CROPIRO? BOST. Crappie Bost.
Cropi Bost.
Cropi Bost.
Cropi Bost.
That's a good one. Oh, stupid autocorrect. Come on, these are supposed to be misspelled words. That's supposed to be the fun of this little thing, of this little game or whatever. All right. So that's unfortunately all I can think of for this week's Name and Claim It word game. Oh yes, and I'm keeping the original recordings of this one's the opening. This one is what? Okay, that's the opening to the theme, so I'll get rid of it. Although I have actually, did I ever put that full copy on that SD card? I don't think I did, but whatever. Okay, so before we move on to the eBay scavenger hunt here, let me pop a new window out. So before we start the eBay scavenger hunt, I'd like to go ahead and write down notes on what episodes of the remaining shows are going to air. Well, let's see if I can undo everything. Well, I guess I've already undone what I needed to do. Alright, so then it's next week, actually, where there are some other episodes that I need to make up. So episode 20, which will air on Monday, January 19th. So I'm writing down dates as to when these episodes are going to air on the U2. Episode 22, that is going to air the very next day, the 20th. Now, I'm seeing a lot of repeats here, so that probably tells me the show is failing. Is definitely failing. Now, I'm looking for episode 25. Okay, so that's it for that one. Okay, let's go over to the U now. Whoa. Okay, that grid does not look good. Alright, that's better. Okay, so now for the perfect line. I did see episode 12 somewhere. Episode 12 will air Friday the 16th. So, I'm, again, taking notes of dates. Flipside episode 8, I'm going to utilize the VH1 rerun, and this hopefully will be the last time. So the other one is episode 6. Episode 7, we're looking for episode 10. Well, actually, we need to scroll. Oh, wait. And include Saturday, too. Episode 10 is going to air Saturday the 7th, is going to re-air Saturday the 17th. So, what I'm saying is, in addition to the shows I'm going to take care of tomorrow morning, which actually should probably only be one, one, if not two, I will actually go ahead and just put down the episodes that have yet to air. And I will take care of those episodes. I'll take care of scheduling those episodes later. The next one of the perfect line is the 17th. The 12th is the next one of Flipside. And I'm going by the earliest rerun. I'm not going to do VH1. I'm just going to do the U, the network here in Chicago where it airs. 17, this one I did not see. It aired on Tuesday. It's going to air next Thursday, the 22nd. Episode 14 of Flipside will air on the 23rd. And then once I have these scheduled, and then as soon as I have all these scheduled, then we should be all set to go here. 22, I saw that already. Let's see, there's only one more day available on the list. 17, that I saw. Episode 10, episode 21. Okay. Alright. So it looks like that is all of them. So pretty much at this point, I am almost caught up with nearly every show. I'm almost caught up with Scrambled Up, because after those episodes air, I'm only down to 2. I've only got 2 episodes left to see. That is episode 25 and the first one. So those are all that's left. Now, I don't know when those are going to re-air, when those are going to air again, but of course I will keep watching the schedule and I will see what ends up happening. So I'll keep an eye on the schedule. I'll probably just tell the cable box to stop recording those those scrambled up reruns, and at the same time I will cancel the VH1 reruns, the recordings on VH1. I'll cancel those, and then I'll schedule the ones that are supposed to air on the U, as such. So now I did mention something about the shows. The other thing related to the shows. Yeah, this is what we'll be looking at here in just a minute. We'll be starting our eBay scavenger hunt here in just a minute. Plus, talk about the changes to tonight. What we got going on for the rest of the night before we even go any further. So, first things first. Let's start with where we're at with the shows. Like I said, I did see Wheel of Fortune, and I did see Hollywood Squares. I did see both of those live. So that means I'm left with Flipside, and I'm just left with Flipside and The Price is Right in prime time. That's all I'm left with now. Those are the only things I have left to see. So, thinking it over, here's what I've decided. Of course, I'm going to save Flipside for my lunch break, as I usually do. And since one of the episodes of Scrambled Up, I believe tomorrow, is one of those episodes that I have yet to see, I will watch that first thing in the morning tomorrow. So, after I go through my morning routine and everything, that'll be the first thing I see. And if I remember, I will take note from that list, and I will cancel and schedule those recordings of all the Flipside episodes, unless I change my mind, decide to just let the VH1 reruns do all of it. But I'm going to go ahead and just do the U reruns, because, yeah, it's the network it originally aired on. It's the network it airs on here in Chicago when it's all new, immediately all new. And then GSN starts airing the new episodes of the show like a week later. Why did I not do GSN? Why did I not do GSN for the missed episodes of Flipside? I don't know. Well, it was probably my decision. It probably was my choice, but that's all right. So, again, here's what I was thinking, and this is how tomorrow is going to go. Now, tomorrow's going to go. So, of course, I'll watch Scrambled Up, get those reruns scheduled, and then I will begin recording episodes of Yahtzee now that I have done the whole setup correctly. So, now we should be able to record all the episodes without any problem. VMware, OBS, we're pretty much set. So, pretty much, we should be able to do the whole thing without any interruptions. So, I'm happy about that. Well, except for lunch break, that is. So, I'll stop for my lunch break and then come back up here and record more Yahtzee episodes. But it's actually after Yahtzee, where following Jeopardy, just like I did on Tuesday night, last night, with The Wall, I'm going to do the same thing. Because I watched Jeopardy first, and then I took care of The Wall on NBC right after that, which was all new. That aired the previous night. So this will be the same story. So I'll take care of Jeopardy first, and then I'll watch The Price is Right in prime time right afterwards. And that should take me until the start of my college class for tomorrow. So as for Backyard Baseball, we're looking to start it around, around 8 p.m. That's my guess. 8 p.m. is when we'll be starting the Backyard Baseball game. And then, of course, soon after we started, of course, I'll be watching tomorrow night's episodes of both of the aforementioned shows. Well, Flipside and The Perfect Line. Just like I did last night as well. So it'll be the same story. Once those are done, I'll put together the Yahtzee episodes, and then that will likely be it from there. and then I'll decide what what I will take care of with the rest of the time that we have tonight. That we have that night. After I get those episodes together. Yeah, Ticket to Ride was a bit of a bust because if as you all know, well, as I mentioned in part 1 at the top of the show, actually, I said that we were having issues with the new version of the screencast to PC tool that we use. So I had to scramble for an older version, when we were supposed to be taping episodes. So I did find an older version, and it does work. So I'm very happy for that. So we are able to do everything that we usually do. So, Ticket to Ride live, and then of course, when we do it on Sundays. I did a test run last night with the older version just to make sure everything was working correctly. And yes, everything did properly work. And I did try an alternate afterward, and it was just terrible. It was glitching out, and there was like a very long pause. That is something we are not accepting in a production like that. So, yeah. The good thing is, I found out about it on week 1, on day 1. Good thing I found out about it now, so that way, I don't uncover it in the middle of, week 2 or week 6 or any later point in the taping cycle. All right, so now for the rest of the night tonight. Now, we would be about 20 minutes away. Well, we are 20 minutes away from when we usually start Deal or No Deal, but I'm not sure if you heard Brandon say, but he said that last week, he said that he would not be able to join us this week because he's got something else going on. So he's got something else going on this week, so it's pretty much at a point now where he will not be able to. He's pretty much in a state where he will not be able to join us for a good while. Well, not for a good while, really, but just for this week. So he said he is probably not going to be able to do it this week. So, as a result, I've been thinking about 2 possible options in terms of, the show, what we're going to do for the 10 p.m. time slot. The first option was we would still do the game. However, it would be me playing it and not Brandon. The second option was we could, actually several options, but the second option is we could just extend Yahtzee to do 2 pairs, just do 2 pairs of games, so 4 games of Yahtzee in total. The third option I brought up was we could do a Yu-Gi-Oh duel. We could play a game of Yu-Gi-Oh with either of the 3 duelists, but that's one option I have in mind. That's one of my other choices. The fourth option, which came up unexpectedly, was when I found the Beyond Price is Right in my recommended feed. I found it on my recommended feed. Brian suggested I should do a reaction to it. So, you know what? I think that's the option I'll go with. Just get one thing out of my watch later, because now I filled up my watch later with more radio broadcasts of the apocalypse scenarios and a bunch of other fan-made Yu-Gi-Oh series. But yeah, that's actually likely what I'm going to go with as a result then. Alright, so with that out of the way, I think we're ready to get started here with the eBay scavenger hunt. And I see we got some snow squall warnings going on here. And Landmine is offline tonight. Well, the thing is, he's busy like the rest of us. So, there are some times where he can't jump. Well, he was with us earlier today, so I guess that does make up for it. Okay, now let's get started here. So up first, let's start with the XPS lineup. So here's a 13-inch XPS that looks exactly like the XPS I have, almost like it. But this one has a newer 8th generation processor, which is compatible with Windows 11. Dell, local account. Now, what version is this? 8 gigabytes of RAM, Windows 11 Pro, 2200. That looks 22,000. That looks like the first version. And that's what it looks like on the back there with the label. Now, wait, what was the... Does it mention a version anywhere? Well, this one came with does this come with Windows Home? But it says this comes with Windows Pro. But I guess it is Windows Pro. This doesn't show, the full information in settings. That's right. Here's another XPS. This looks like it's a 2-in-1 tablet PC. This one also has an 8th generation. This one has an i7. Again, 8 gigabytes of RAM. 100% good work. And then it shows the specifications, how far behind it is on updates and everything like that. That's what it looks like on the outside. Here's another XPS. This is a 9300. This one actually has a this has a bad battery. So this one has a bad battery. Here's a 9370. That one's an 8th generation Intel. It shows 61% battery health and shows so it is functional, sold as is, charger not included. Find the charger yourself. Good luck. Here's another 9340. It looks like this one's a refurbished one. They're just taking some sample pictures. This is a Ultra 7, so that must be a Copilot Plus PC. Here's another XPS. This one's the 12th generation with a broken webcam. So the front webcam does not work. Here's a 9350 with 11 Pro. The one I have has Windows Home, and it came with that pre-installed. Here's a 7390 with a 10th generation Intel chip. Of course, it has 11 on it because it's compatible. Now, the question is, what version does it have? I could tell from what it looks like, and it looks like this picture was taken just a few days ago. I can tell from the new battery indicator that is 25H2, either 25 or 24, either one. Here's a 9300. It says Windows 10 on here, but this is Windows 11 from the pictures. Here's a 7100. This is a 7th gen. 4 gigabytes of RAM, but no hard drive. Here's a 9320 with a 12th gen i7 with that touch bar interface at the top. It reminds me of the MacBook Pro with that touch bar, and the HP laptop that I have with me that has this similar functionality. And then we have a 9360 that's up for auction. It ends tomorrow afternoon. This one only has a 7th generation Intel chip. There's a 9310 with an 11th generation. This was early in the year because Windows 11 had not been out yet. So this was early or mid 2021. And this is on 11 because it is compatible. Those are pretty good specs for what it is. But only 8 gigabytes of RAM though. I could upgrade it to 32 if I so choose. But again, when doing these upgrades, you got to be sure you got to look through the PC manufacturer's documentation to see what kind of limits you have in terms of upgrades. This is another 9310. This one's a more modern one. That's 11th gen, I can tell. Yep. i7 11th generation, but this one says Evo, powered by Core. But yeah, 16 gigs of RAM in this one, 512 gigs of storage in the internal SSD. That's 9360 7th gen. Here's a 9365 on the BIOS screen. Manufactured in 2017, 7th gen, not compatible with 11. Such a shame. It's such a shame, though. Here's one with a 12th gen i5, Windows 11, comes with it out of the box. But it doesn't, but of course it doesn't show what version it is. Considering it's November when this was taken, I'm going to assume that it's either 24 or 25 H2. Here's a 9315. Almost new, barely used. Includes USB-C hub and charger, and this is not a touchscreen. I mean, hey, a slightly more modern XPS for literally like a fraction of the cost. You know, when this was brand new, you know what? That's a great deal. That is definitely a great deal. I mean, it's a 13.4 inch screen, so hey, I mean that could be a great replacement for my other XPS PC. But then at the same time, I was thinking, yeah, I still got to update that PC, and I still got to update my micro, my main PC, my other laptop. I still got to update those machines because my small form factor updated on its own. The micro, I've paused updates on. The HP ended up updating on its own on the day the update came out. So at this point, then I've only got 3 PCs left to update. So after those are updated, we should be good to go. But I'm gonna wait until we do Backyard Baseball before we do that. Here's a late 2021 XPS. This one has the Windows 11 logo because 11 was the newest version. And we can confirm it further by looking at the back. This is either Windows Home or Windows Pro. It doesn't show. Well, it does show here with the cards. Yeah, it just shows those and doesn't show anything else. Here's a XPS 9315 in blue. Here's another 9310. I mean, wow, I could get a more modern one for much cheaper. It's pretty nice though. But I'd rather get the one with Windows 11 out of the box. Here's a 8th generation 9360. 128 gigs of storage, 8 gigs of RAM. That's exactly the configuration that my XPS currently has. Now there's some torn stickers. It has a bad battery, but the hinges do work. Here's another early 2021 model. This one has 16 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. Here's a 9370 8th generation. And then we have a 9305 with 11th gen. And then this is what it looks like all around. Here's a 2-in-1. This one's only a 7th gen though, so it's going to be forever stuck on Windows 10. Here's a 9320 with the i7 there, the Windows 11 logo. Here's a 7390 with a 10th gen Intel. And then we have, here's another 10th generation laptop. And this is all the BIOS information, showing when it was manufactured and basically all the other processes. So it's basically all the, so that's all the stuff with that machine. Here's a 9305. This is another one of those. This one just shows the basic specifications. It doesn't show OS or anything on this screen. Alright, yeah, I forgot about something else for the Thursday plan. But again, for the taping cycle, it's going to be the same thing. So instead, I'm going to take care of the prices right while we're actually after we go off air. I think that's the best way to do it. So, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do then as a result. So, what we'll do is we'll wait about 5 minutes and we'll see if, yeah, I don't think Brandon's gonna be able to play tonight. Well, let's go ahead and take care of a few things while we're at it. Let's take care of a few things. There's this other snow squall warning from Wilmington. And then I think the rest are going to be over here. CXP got the 6 p.m. test, which my logger sure as hell didn't take. KCC 28 went wireless now. There's that from earlier. And I see that same guy also got a WR300 version 1. He got the very first version of that. Pretty amazing, huh? Tetris fan, did some logos. CXP also got the mooring tests from both Tampa and Miami, both of which my logger never took. This was the monthly test for Ohio. And Cleveland Weekly. Then winter storm warning. Southwest Florida, WX. The new name as it goes by now. Got the weeklies for today. Whatever that one is. Star of Chicago got the first snow squall warning. Mahoning County got snow squall warning. And then I think we otherwise took care of everything else. AW35, I believe this is Pittsburgh. Albany and Binghamton test at the same time.
There goes Binghamton. Oh, and Albany. They're both going at the same time.
It's not a lot. And then some watch tones. Brian Slip got the
They warn you during emergencies is being tested.
got the
If this
Western
event
Michigan
had an actual
monthly.
emergency, such as a tornado warning, official messages would have followed the alert tone. This station serves the Grand Rapids and West Michigan area. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
Well, actually, that's from a few days ago. But otherwise, that's all of them, I guess. All right. Now let's see what this Beyond Price is Right thing is about. Because I added that before I did all this Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. Media Not So demonstrating the Pokemon Learning League. Here we go. Oh no.
Jackson Roberts, come on down.
Let's see what this is about.
Reddit Boris, come on down.
Oh, the WBMX ID.
From the Planet Fitness Studios, Planet Fitness, we're all strong on this planet. Join today.
Chicago's #1 for throwbacks. 104.3.
And in fact, I earlier today heard earlier on the way heard a official promo on a 670 The Score that they are finally going to be getting a FM. They're going to be finally getting an FM signal of their own on 104.3. I don't know if they're going to keep WBMX or they're just going to retire it and put the Score in its place. Well, I guess we'll find out. Let's get back to this.
Matt Smith, come on down.
What is this? Oh,
Joyce Collinsworth, come on down.
what?
These are the first 4 contestants on The Price is Right.
The Price is Right.
Here's your host, Baz Production.
What? Oh my gosh.
Welcome to The Price is Right. What's the first prize up for bids today on The Price is Right?
Tom.
Get a new guitar.
And
This
you can...
classical guitar comes with easy tuning and nylon strings. Feel free to jam out with this acoustic feeling from Yamaha.
For Yamaha.
Remember, the prize goes to whoever bids closest to the actual retail price.
Without going over.
Doris, we come to you first.
Doris?
I'll say $400.
Maybe $200.
Maybe $501.
It must be $500. I swear it is.
I swear it is. I swear it is. What do we have?
That means someone got it on the nose. That is also a $500 bonus.
Oh no.
The actual retail price is $500. The prize goes to Jackson.
Jackson. Where are the other...
I feel amazing because I can't play guitar, but my 13-year-old son can. He is going to love this.
What was something you always wanted to win?
I want to win $50,000 on Plinko.
We don't have that set up yet. What's something else you want to win?
A new car.
Look what we have for you over there.
It's a new convertible.
A convertible.
The 2019 Jaguar F-Type comes with standard equipment and an additional $100 for gas. In this game, you only have to guess the original price of the car. Comfortable leather seating and high quality audio. The 2019 Jaguar F-Type.
This game is called Lucky 7.
Lucky
Have
Seven.
$7 to guess the price of the car. For every digit you're off, I'll revoke $1. You must have at least $1
So this is like...
in the car at the end.
So this is like a full hour Price is Right. Shrunken down to 20 minutes.
We will reveal the first digit. A 6. Pick
Six.
a number.
Let's try a 0.
It is a 0.
How about a lucky 1?
Ouch, you need these two on the nose.
5.
Yes, 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 yes,
No
Let's try
clapping
it to 0.
effects?
yes. How did you do that? Must be luck. This game should be renamed to Lucky 1. Rich Fields. Who's next?
Rich Fields?
Let's do Paul Diva.
Paul
Come on
Diva.
down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
Oh, the Price is Right.
It's 3 out of 10.
Wait, what?
Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. We have a new platform. It's 3 out of 10. Comes with high quality camera and foreseeable fluid. Easy to handle touch screens can help guide the user to do whatever he or she wants to do.
The iPhone XR? That was the phone I just upgraded from. That was the exact phone I just upgraded from months ago. To the iPhone 17. How perfect.
5 from 10.
Let's try $500.
Let's throw him off with $501.
I guess
No, $7.50.
This is a dumb answer. $1.
$1. Yeah. I see contestants do that a lot. Especially on The Price is Right prime time, which I'm gonna take care of along with all those Yu-Gi-Oh things tonight. So great, something else to add on to all this madness. I love it.
Actual retail price of the phone that I modeled, $749.
$749.
I must say, my 8-year-old daughter accidentally sat on my phone a week ago, and the entire screen looked like a spider web. What a coincidence.
To cheer you up, Rich has an announcement for you.
You're going to play Plinko for up to $50,000.
He took a screenshot of the Plinko board from Big John's Price is Right. He took a screenshot of the Big John's Plinko board. Oh gosh.
You start out with a free chip and you can win up to 4 more by bidding on prices. The price is wrong over the object, and you have to guess which digit is correct. For every correct guess, you win a chip. Rich, what are the prizes?
Well, I don't think I don't think Drew ever goes into that kind of detail on the show. I don't think he does.
First, this coffee maker can have you enjoy coffee anytime. I think the 9 is correct.
Nice job. Next.
There's no
Chocolate
ding
chip
effects.
cookies are a perfect snack to put a smile on a face for any time. I'd say the 4 is correct. $14 for that kind of brand. Dang it. This portable MP3 player can let you listen to music anywhere.
Portable
Of
and
course, the 2 is correct. Shoot. Finally, this music can be used to learn how to play the piano. If only I had 1. The 9 is correct. 3 chips. Let's go.
He has 3 chips, so he can win up to $30,000.
Wait a minute. I see the window. I see what looks to be Windows XP. He just took a screenshot. Oh my gosh. This is just lovely. He took a screenshot of the Plinko board on Big John's Price is Right. I think that's literally where all the screenshots came from. Hey, wait a minute. Those Price is Right door screenshots are very eerily familiar, because I remember using all 3 of those doors on an end credit sequence when I did my own implementation of the Big John's Price is Right years ago.
When you're ready, Matt, press the button to drop a chip.
Press the button.
Yay, $10,000.
Press a button to drop a chip. No, the player just puts the chip wherever on the board and it just goes down. That's not how it works.
Let's drop another. Good job. $100. Last chip, make it count.
Drew doesn't usually say the good job part. He just says the money amount it lands in, or something like that.
Beautiful performance, $11,100. We will be right back after this.
We will be right back after this. So that's how commercial breaks are done, just a black screen.
Welcome back to the greatest game show out there, The Price is Right. Rich, we need another contestant.
Okay, we would like to have Avery Freeman to come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. Look up as our next prize comes on down. It's new jewelry. Made with special diamonds to really boost up your wedding. Comes in multiple sizes from K. Every kiss begins with K.
That's about $4,000.
That's easy. $2,000.
$1.
This will be a grand one. $5,000.
The actual retail price of both rings is $4,168.
$4,168.
To be honest, I actually have the exact same rings.
But do you have this?
It's a new bathtub. This high
What?
bathtub comes with easy to plumb plumbing. No plumbers needed. Plus, extra hot water for your hot bath.
Oh my gosh. I guess whoever made this was just working with whatever was available at the time. As I can tell, this thing was made in 2019.
And also comes with a 3-in-1 bottle with body wash, shampoo, and conditioner.
That's crazy.
From Bath and Body Works.
Subscribe to do it. It's Dominic. I look hot with this dress.
Everyone meet Professor Price. I will ask you a question. You need 3 correct answers to win a bathtub.
Wait a minute. Professor Price? Didn't they discontinue that? They discontinued that game decades ago. So what is this? So this is as if Professor Price still existed in the modern age. Is that really what this is?
We will reveal the last two digits for the price of the tub. First question. In bowling, how many strikes in a row is called a turkey?
3 strikes make a turkey.
Good job. Next, is 3 in the value of the prize?
No.
Correct. This is for the win. In urban legends, what is the luckiest number?
7.
Amazing. Go and enjoy your prize. Amazing. Go and enjoy your prize.
Wait a minute.
Case Showdown up next.
There's no like dinging sound effects or audience sound effects. Well, in a stage like this. Where did this guy even get the where did this guy even get all those fixtures in the first place?
It's paid for by Bucks. Closed captioning is paid for by Bucks Productions.
There's usually like a brief break, when it comes back from commercial, and then the start of the showcase showdown. That only happens in the daytime version, not prime time. Oh my gosh. This is a very crazy project. And once we're finished with this thing, that's when we're gonna start Yahtzee, and then we're
The
done.
object of the game is to spin as close as you can to $1 without going over in 2 spins or less. The closest, without going over, advances to our showcase. If they spin $1 on 1 spin or in a combination of 2,
Wait, that's a
they win
computer.
$1,000
Wait, that's a computer.
bonus. Avery won the least, so she will start.
Wait a minute. That's not a wheel. That's a giant. That's not a wheel. That's a giant iMac.
85. Keep or spin?
85 is unbeatable, so I'll stay.
Oh, yeah. It's my turn.
$1. Is that gibberish?
Will be my lucky day. I did it again. I won a $60,000 car. And now, another $1,000. We have a bonus spin-off. Each of yens get 1 spin. The highest wins. Plus, 5 and 15 wins you $10,000. The dollar wins you $25,000. Regardless the outcome, highest number goes to the showcase. Jackson, you may start.
How do they
I'm
program?
all right with it.
But I can do better.
Although, you won $10,000 bonus cash, 15 isn't enough. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for.
It's alright. I had fun anyway. See ya.
Congratulations, Jackson. You're off to the showcase. Rich fields, while we clean out. Let's get another contestant.
That behaves exactly like the primetime special, where they do the showcase showdown, then they go straight to getting another contestant. In reality, they go to another commercial break and then come back with another player.
When I have Derek Collins, come on down.
Derek Collins? What are these names? Besides, that's not even the right cue that's used after the showcase showdown.
Going to have Derek Collins, come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
Yeah, I'm on The Price is Right.
It's a digital piano. The Asia CDP 230R comes with pedals, a bench, and headphones to play anytime. It also includes over 700 songs from Asia.
Wait a minute. Is that the Price is Right theme on piano from that Bob Barker tribute? From that Bob Barker tribute special? After he passed away? I think so.
Defiantly 540.
It sure sounds like it.
What is he talking about? It is obviously $530.
$1.
It's pretty obvious it's $550.
Doris, you were over by $1. The price was $549. Derek wins.
Wow.
It's not easy being on Price is Right, isn't it?
What will I win?
A for SUV. The 2013 Infiniti QX56 Space comes with standard engine, high definition echoing clip. Enjoy the style from 6 years ago. The 2013 Infiniti QX56 Space.
Wait, a 2013 car being offered in 2019 when this video was made? Come on.
The price is wrong. The price of the SUV.
Teddy's The Price is Right. One away. They took another screenshot for the Big John's game.
You can adjust the panels to be one higher or one lower. Then, we ask the sound effects lady how many numbers you have right. If you have at least one, you can change answers. None right, you lose.
The 3 is higher, the 4 is lower, the 8 is lower, the other 8 is lower, and the 6 is higher.
I've heard you've seen this game before. Now bow down and say the words.
Almighty sound effects lady, do I have at least one number right?
First lost of the day. That sucks. Hey, at least you get to go to the showcase showdown. More pricing games on the second half of The Price is Right. Don't go away.
Don't go away. Well, at least he's happy about himself.
We need him green to come on down. He's the next contestant on We Know What Show This Is.
I don't even know what show this is. That's something in reality doesn't happen. I guess I see what he's trying to do here.
VR headset.
VR.
Virtual reality headset comes with arm controls and goggles. Feel free to play video games in full light. Health recommendations recommend to walk a little bit to prevent risk of hitting walls.
We need to try
Oh.
$340.
We need to try £270
Two.
and 79 pence.
Wrong currency.
That means $349.
Oh, there
This
you go.
is getting boring. I guess $350.
We should save $1.
One tall.
Got it right again.
Someone got it on the
Yes,
nose.
Mannequin not included. The price was $349. Rita is finally on stage.
He's just finally on stage.
I'm chucked to bits after the win.
I bet you are. To make it better, you could win big bucks.
You're going to the punch board to play for $25,000.
Punch a
You have
punch.
up to 4 chances to win up to 25 grand, but you must win those chances by bidding on prices. You have to guess whether they are higher or lower than the projected price. Let's play. Rich, what are the prizes?
First, body wash is gentle on skin and can make shower time relaxing.
Lower.
Nice, you won a trip to the punch board. This rule is only for this version of Price is Right. Would you like to keep this slip or keep going for more chances?
I'll stop. I'm not greedy.
All you have to do is say the coordinate for us to grab the slip from.
Let's do 2, 1.
You punched a second chance. You get to try one more.
Introducing Business
Oh my goodness. This is crazy. This is a crazy thing.
Payment processing from US Bank.
It's time for a
That's crazy. A lot of the game boards he took are from the Big John's version.
We must try 6, 4.
$25,000. That's amazing. While we clean up, we have time for only one more contestant. Let's find it out. If you still get called, at least enjoy the rest of the show. There's only a 5% chance you could come on down. Who's it gonna be, Rich?
So I suppose they took the inspiration from prime time. They did this in the prime time format.
Brombergs, come on down. You're the last contestant on The Price is Right.
Yeah, that's what should be said. Instead of you're the next contestant, it should be you're the last contestant.
Hear me well, folks. This is Jens's last chance to come up on stage. In Jerome's case, the only chance. If you don't make it, you'll receive $1,000 in cash. But if you do, you win this item up for bids. Right behind me on the turntable.
It's new luggage.
Luggage
It will let
set.
inside and can store up to 150 pounds of space.
150
Plus,
pounds of
wheels and
space.
handles included, so you don't
Oh
have
my
to carry
good.
it up the stairs and just take the elevator. From Delsey Luggage,
This
Delsey?
must be $400. I guess $500.
$401.
It's going to be $402.
The actual retail price of the suitcase was $495. Ian gets to come up on stage.
$495.
The rest of you are eliminated, but at least you win $1,000. Thanks for playing.
I'm flattered to be here today. I've been watching since I was a little baby. Thank you, Rich, for calling me. I've been on 3 other shows. I didn't get called. Pleased to meet you, Tala.
Rich, what can this gentleman win?
We have a video game console, a mini fridge,
A PlayStation 3, a fridge, and a clock. At least it's
First,
a,
the PlayStation 4 comes with an easy-to-use controller. Games not included.
wait, that looks like a PS3. That looks like a PlayStation 3, not a PS4, but I see what it's going for.
But if you win, we'll give you a bonus to buy some games. Next, this mini fridge/freezer can store a bunch of food, mainly on travel. Keeps food refrigerated and frozen with just a push of a button. And finally, this old-fashioned clock can help track time with easy adjust hands. You can set the clock back and forth for the beginning and end of daylight saving time. The pendulum can bring back that old-fashioned feeling.
You can win them playing most expensive. In this game, it's very simple. All you have to do is guess which item is the most expensive, and if you're correct, you win all 3 prizes. If not, you win nothing. Which is the most expensive?
I think it's the fridge.
Good choice. Let's reveal the prices of each item.
Now that's the modern iteration. But wait a minute. Is that an X? Is that part of an X I'm seeing? Yeah, that looks like those screenshots were taken on Windows XP. That or somebody reskinned Windows 10 or something else.
Must hurt. But you still get to spin. Showcase Showdown coming up next. Folks, don't go away.
Coming up next. Don't go away. This is nuts.
Let's win some money.
There's that
55 is tough to choose. I'll stay.
there's that big giant iMac again.
Yes. A 60.
A 60.
stay.
A 60. I'll stay.
95.
Showcase. 95. Let's go. We'll be back after this.
Our top winner of the day is Jackson, so he will decide whether to bid or pass the showcase. Rich, take it away.
Alright, we know that on Price is Right we want to do something that entertains the audience. There's nothing better than entertaining yourself. AUTV. This nice flat screen
A flat screen TV.
High quality audio and the beautiful colored contrast. That's nothing. For better entertainment, you need something comfortable to sit on.
Okay, looks like graphics drivers aren't working. Let's try resetting it.
This leather rocker recliner comes with a handle to recline. Enjoy your favorite show and feel relaxed at the same time. The real magic of entertainment is watching the sunrise or sunset at the beach in beautiful Miami.
Miami. On a monitor.
You and a guest will fly round trip coach from Los Angeles to Miami, Florida for a 5-night stay at the Miami Marriott. Enjoy a nice scene at the beach and blow 5 souvenirs. And the showcase, in which there is no better way to entertain yourself, is to watch The Price is Right. Can be yours if The Price is Right.
Jackson's the top winner. Will he bid or pass to Rita?
There we go.
Passing it to Rita.
That's a cheap showcase, but I'll say $1,500.
Rich, what do we have for Jackson over there?
First, we have a drum set.
Drum
This
set.
efficient sound and is easy to play for beginners and advanced players. Next, the XPO X1S. This comes with high-quality gaming and can make entertainment more fun.
An Xbox
That's just
console.
great and all, but you would be more happy being a new car. The
Oh, wow.
2019 Toyota RAV4 comes with standard equipment and comfortable leather seating. The radio system comes with a DVD player to listen to your favorite DVDs. This showcase can be yours if the price is right.
According to my calculations, I'd say $26,200.
Rita, you're bidding on the trip and the recliner and stuff. You bid $1,500. Actual retail price, $1,251. You're over. Jackson, you bid $26,200 for the
Let's
car.
hear that again.
Actual retail price, $1,251. Jackson, you bid $26,200 for the car and the drums and the Xbox. Actual retail price, $26,300. For a difference of
I love the Arc V
$100.
theme song, actually,
Double
out of all of
showcase
them.
winner. You won everything.
Double showcase winner.
You won $90,550.
And he's just running over to get his prizes.
Want to say it with me?
Why not?
Help control the pet population. Have your pets spayed or neutered. Thank you all for watching The Price is Right. No copyright intended on anything seen here. Goodbye, everybody.
And then every contestant is just dancing on the stage. This is just crazy. This is a crazy project, but great job otherwise. Where are the credits? So that's it. There's just nothing there. That's wonderful. I watched every episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monsters and I hated it. Oh gosh. I don't know when that other one aired. Okay. Well, now then, it's time to move on to our final act here tonight. And that is a game of Yahtzee. I want to send one more thing over before we start. Yeah, I want to send over one last thing before we begin. Try to move this off the screen. Alright, here we go. So, upload file. Alright, there we go. Alright. Here we go. Game number 1. I'll just turn Bluetooth off. Actually, I don't want to be distracted by the Pokemon music. Because we want to focus on this game here. So at this point then, we pretty much have the stage set for the rest of the week then. I'll just write this down. So let me refresh this. There we go. Alright, let's see. There we go, full house. I'll mark that off. Okay, over to me again. Let's go for the... Ooh, we got 3 of a kind. Let's try for Yahtzee. Ooh, 4 of a kind. That's better. I'll take it. Okay, over to me again. Let's try for a small straight now. We need a 2. Okay, well, I was going for a large straight, but the 6 is enough for a large straight. Or a small straight. We'll see what comes up on our next turn. We'll see. Need a 3 and a 2. There we go, large straight. Kick it over to me again. Well, we already marked off both straights. We'll mark off the 2s, because I want to save 3 of a kind for a higher number. Okay, to me again. So we got a pair of 6s going. Ooh, full house again, but I'll take 3 of a kind. So let's see, I got the lead right now with 168 compared to 145, 147, and 127, respectively. Alright, we got 3 3s right now. Well, that would have been nice, but oh well. Ooh, got 4 1s. Another one shows up. There we go, Yahtzee. Let's mark that off. Almost had another Yahtzee, but I'll mark off the 5s. Okay, over to me again. All these numbers we've actually already crossed off. Alright, we'll go for 6. Well, too bad we already crossed off the 5. So now we're down to 2 possibilities. It's either 1s or 4s. Let's just go for the 1s. Okay. Okay, over to me again. Well, 4 is the only number we have left. So, cross that off. And I finished with a pretty good score, 264. So I win game number 1. Alright. Yeah, because this is the first game I won under this new profile. Alright. Yeah. And good. I don't want that opponent. I don't want that hint showing up again. Or any other hints for that matter. Let's try for a large straight. Nope, but I'll take the small straight. Alright, to me again. Ooh, let's go for full house. There we go. DA Descendants. Alright, let's try for a large straight now. Well, we already rocked off small straight. So let's mark the fours off. Alright, we got 3 threes going. One more, we got a Yahtzee. Nope. I'll take 4 of a kind. Okay, to me. Okay, I've got a pair of 6s. There's a third 6. I'll take 3 of a kind. Alright, let's see if we can get a 3. There we go, large straight. Okay, to me. See, we got a pair of 1s. I'll take a pair of 5s. I'm in the lead by 4 points right now. Okay, over to me. Ooh, we got 3 5s. Well, too bad I already crossed it off, but we can mark off chance. And we can have all the dice totaled. Alright, over to me. Okay, to me now. Let's see, let's go for the pair of 1s again. I'll go and mark that off. Okay, to me. we're gonna go for the 2s this time. Okay, we'll cross that off. Although I just noticed I could have crossed off the 6, but you know what? It's alright. Well, we've only got 2 spaces left on our card to fill. Okay, we've got a pair of 6s, and I'll take the 3 6s. Okay. Alright, last turn. Ooh, get another 4. It's a Yahtzee. There we go. And that's pretty much going to give me the win. So there we go. We won 2 games in a row. But of course, this winning streak is going to reset when I start taping the series tomorrow. Yep. High score achieved. Alright. Well, yep, those are... Well, basically, this is the complete history since I've obtained the game. But it's not going to matter anyway. Alright. So, that is it then. That is everything that we've got for you tonight. Well, of course, there are some final things we got to take care of here before we say goodbye. What was this one? Oh, this one was just nothing. Well, of course, the first thing we got to do is we got to say goodbye to Tom and Ben. And of course, you both were great parts of our show. We enjoyed having the both of you here. And of course, we'll be back with them again next week when we do this again. So we hope to see you two then. Yep, in this pretty much seemingly new format. All right. So I am going to take care of some more of those Yu-Gi-Oh things that are sitting in my watch later. And I am going to just close that and everything. So that way I can make up whatever show that I wanted to take care of tonight before I go to bed. So after I get it taken care of, that being The Price is Right at night, then that is it. That is when I'm calling it quits. So, some final things before we go. So again, tomorrow night, 8 p.m., hopefully, 9 p.m., hopefully 8 p.m., is when we will start this week's edition of Backyard Baseball. Where, of course, afterward, when we switch over to the Info Center, I'll do the security updates on the remaining 4 PCs. So, of course, tomorrow I'll be taping Yahtzee during the day, and I will be editing the episodes later that night. It's likely going to be after Backyard Baseball that I'll get those episodes edited. Then following the beatdown, well, I'll think about what else I will do after that. Whether I want to just go on and do some more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever, I don't know. I'll think about it. Then, of course, Friday is when I start taping Play 9, and of course, everything else is history. Now, Monday, as I've mentioned at the top of the show, I'm currently debating on whether or not we're going to have Sorry take the place of 5th grader, because I don't want to be recording episodes of other shows with the microphone while my parents are home. Well, that's just me. So it's my personal choice. All right, and we've still got a few offices we'll get to make their test up. We're going to see if they do that tomorrow, and I hope they do. Throughout the remaining 2 days this week. And of course, one final thing is we want to thank all our special guests who have joined us throughout the day today. Of course, Jonathan Lembine was with us. Brian Schlipp was with us. Dimitri was with us. There are a whole lot of people who Austin Vance was with us too. And of course, Andrew Durnock. We always like it when we have support here, for our programming and everything like that. This is really what keeps our show going. So, with that being said, I am tired. I want to watch The Price is Right, and then I want to go to bed. And that's all I care. So, we'll go ahead now and set you all free. So, thank you all again for joining us here today for another exciting Weekly Test Wednesday show. And we'll be back to do it all again next week. So, we'll be back next week on this show to do it all again. And of course, the next broadcast will be tomorrow night at 8 p.m. for Backyard Baseball. So until then, I'm Mr. Planfald. This has been the Weekly Test Wednesday show. And from all of us here at Playfield TV, we wish all of you a very pleasant good night.